Hi everyone, this is going to be a video with a difference. I'm doing a bit of a promo for a production company that is making a drama series, and at the moment they're currently filming the pilot episode in Holland, and it's set during World War II, and it's a subject matter which is quite close to me because my grandfather was there, so it has a lot of meaning to me, so that's why I want to help them with some fundraising. Now, this company has already started filming for the pilot episode, and they hope to get further funding after this to continue the series, and each episode will feature an individual and their personal experience of the Battle of Arnhem. So far they have raised just over £13,000 on Indiegogo. They have an Indiegogo page. Now, they don't solely rely on the funds from this page, but it's there to boost and help the production. And if they can get a really good pilot episode shot, they can use that to hopefully gain further funds to create more episodes. And that's why I'm doing this video, to help get the word out. So if my subscribers are interested, feel free to share this video, and I will also give you the links to the Indiegogo page and also to the Facebook page, and you can share them, and you can go in there and you can check it out yourself. To give you an idea, if you choose to help with some funds, as little as £5–10, that'd be great. You can choose, I'm just on the website now, I'm just having a look. It goes from £5 up to 3,000 if you want, or more. And if you choose a reward for helping with funding, then it could be a personal photographic thanks, it could be limited edition postcard and pin, VIP Facebook group access, right up to promotional shout outs, Paratrooper t-shirts, mugs. The one that I personally am aiming for the next Indiegogo campaign, because this one's finishing in 4 days, the one that I am saving up for, because I haven't got the money at the moment, is £300, and it will get me onto the production as an extra for the day. They also have signed posters, pilot jackets with embroidery on the back for £145. Visit the set, script writing workshops, signed copy of the script, quite a few things, including they will even film a corporate video if you own a business for £850. And you can go as high as, they even have here, the highest donation with a reward is £5,000, and that will put you down as an executive producer, and you'll even be credited that on Internet Movie Database. And to give you an idea, I'll just show you this website, the Indiegogo page. So bear with me a second. So this is their page, and they're the rewards on the side there. These are stills from what they've done so far. Let's tilt the camera so the glare from the light doesn't affect it. Now, this is also something special for me, because today is September 16, and 74 years ago today, the Paras were amassing and getting ready to fly out tomorrow morning, and Jason Fleming, he's going to be one of the actors in it. Will Johnson, David Shaw, and David Webb is going to be playing Monty. So these are the actors that they have already for the show. But if I go back up, one of the rewards for contributing is 5,000, and as executive producer, as you can see there. So there's quite a bit going on, and they're currently in Holland. And I'll see if I can get onto their Facebook page. Hang on a second. Just stare at the wall while I take care of this. Come on, load. Yeah, because my granddad was one of the parachuters who, one of the paras who jumped into Arnhem, and hang on, Paratrooper original drama series. So this actually means a lot to me, and it's the 74th anniversary starting tomorrow. There we go, Paratroop original drama series. So there's the address there, and they have live feeds. And that was actually put up this morning. So there's a lot going on. And I'll give you a little bit more information about my granddad and what he actually did there. Over here, excuse the poor writing, that's my granddad. That was taken in 1944. I've got the original photos, but this is actually just scanned printout so that I don't have to handle the originals. On the back it had Griff in Belgium 1944 September, but I don't think that would have been taken in Belgium, because that would have been in theatre, so that is more of a shot probably when he joined. And that was at a reunion in the 70s, I believe. And that's a really old one, 1941, Griff and his landlady. Now I've got all this information here of my granddad's service, and he initially joined the Territorial Army, and I've got all the information. It goes back to 1939. Date. Yeah, August 1939 he joined a TA, and where is it? He joined the Royal Regiment of Artillery, and 405th Field Battery Regiment. So that's his initial joining paperwork. And over here you've got when he actually flew out, and some of the things that he got up to. Royal Artillery. Here he's transferred, 1940, appointed unpaid, and then granted pay for appointment, having held acting rank for 21 days. And then on the 25th of the 9th, 1940, he was posted to number 2 Commando Regiment, RAF Ringway. And it just goes on later on, a year later, the 20th of December 41, he was transferred to the Parachute Battalion. And this is all the lead up to Market Garden. Okay, that's the same one, that's a double. Okay, Okay, then here you got more and more 43, 44, 1944, POW Germany, awarded 8 days, awarded 8 days something, and forfeit of 1. I can't quite read that, but it says, and forfeit 1 day's pay. He got into fights quite a lot apparently. Yeah, awarded 96 hours detention for creating a disturbance on the 8th of the 1st, 43. And here in 44, he's reported missing, POW. There's more back here as well. But the POW part, that goes on to a different set of records, service and casualty form. I mean, he was even part of the 10th Pioneer Battalion. He moved about quite a bit. Deprived of Lance Corporal rank and reverts to the rank of private on a charge of behaving himself in a disorderly manner on the highway on 26th of the 3rd, 1940. Date of something something. But it goes on, and here emplaned 17th of the 9th 44. It is the 16th of the 9th right now. So I flew over to Arnhem, and as of the 25th of the 9th he is reported missing. Known to be wounded right shoulder. Reported prisoner of war, PW. And there was some other information. Where was it? I've got a map here of Germany and the POW camps. Yeah. Captured the 20th of the 9th, 44, Holland. Transferred, hang on, at the top here. Previous report missing, now reported missing, known to have been wounded, right shoulder. Now September, POW in Stalag 12A. Now 12A is here, just north of Frankfurt. POW number, and then transferred on 22nd of the 10th 44 from Stalag 12A to Stalag 4B. And 4B is south of Berlin and east of Leipzig. So they moved him from basically what is their not far away from the actual battle lines, far west Germany, right across to the other side, and they kept him there for a while. Again, report states wounded, and that's all they got from there. Then the 2nd of the 5th 45 arrived back in the UK. So he saw it at the end of the war in the POW camp Stalag 4B. And as far as I know, he went He was in the service right through until into the 50s, and that's him there. Apparently I've been told I look like him. What do you think? Do I look like him? I've got the nose, I think. Anyway. Alright, there are a couple other photos here that I'll show you. So my mother back in the early 60s at a Butlins resort. And that's her getting married to my dad. So yeah, this production, even though I'm not directly involved, it actually means a lot to me. That's me. To Robbie from Grandad. I remember that day. I remember him putting the cap on me and adjusting it and taking a couple of photos. I guess this was his favourite. And there he is in the background. So right in the middle of the screen, that's my granddad, Griff. And the guy on the right is his brother. They kind of remind me of the Cray brothers, these two. And that's my dad and my mum. There he is. I think this was taken in the 70s as well. And this is not long after he came back, apparently. 1946. Now, when I was a little kid, I was asked if I could pick him out in a group shot. Here he is with focus. Here he is with his landlady, apparently. Now look at the sign down below. Number 2 Commando, 11th SAS, Knutsford. 1941. Now this is the photo. So I wish it hadn't been cut down, but somebody's trimmed the edges off this. This was a group shot of now I was shown this as a kid and asked, where is your granddad? Can you find him? And I picked him out first go. It's that guy right down the middle with the big black hair. See him? Right in the middle of the screen. And look at the hair he's got there. And see? So he's always had full hair. Actually, I'll just show you this one. There. So that is how I spotted him in that group, right there. And then not long after that, I spotted that they actually had a mascot right down the middle of the screen. You see the dog? There's a dog right there. So yeah, this production, I've seen quite a bit of what they been filming so far, and yeah guys, if you want to help with the production, if you want to give them some funds, please do. They I mean, no matter what actually happens with regards to the funds that they raise, the production is going ahead, but obviously with more funding they can actually do a better job. And obviously more funding to do a better job, the chances of actually getting funded for further episodes would be really good. And all I can say is, yeah, if you like military history, this is about one of the biggest operations in World War II. Operation Market Garden, and they almost pulled it off. Now let's see, where is it? Operation Market Garden, 17th to 25th of September 1944, and I'm just trying to get you some figures here. Strength of the invading forces, the parachute regiment and everyone else involved in the Allies, was 41,628 airborne troops, 1 armoured division, 2 infantry divisions and 1 armoured brigade. Casualties were 144 transport aircraft, 88 tanks, and 15 to 17,000 casualties and losses. You know, that's deaths and injuries. The Germans estimate casualties there is 7.5 to 10,000, and 30 tanks and 159 aircraft. But yeah, it was a failure, and they ended up having to evacuate and get people across the Rhine and all sorts of information. And if you've not seen the film A Bridge Too Far, I highly recommend it. It stars Sean Connery. It's a brilliant film. But yeah, so the links are in the description box. If you can spare a few quid or a few dollars, please do. It will help immensely, and as you've just seen, it means a lot to me personally. And I hope that when they do the second round of Indiegogo funding, that I'll have saved up the £300 so I can actually join in and be an extra on the set. Because, yeah, like I said, it means a lot. I've been to Arnhem myself, and I've stood on the John Frost Bridge, as they call it now, and I've had coffee in a small cafe in Arnhem where they had black and white photos from the war all over the place, and I got to eat for free. When the owner found out that my granddad was there, I didn't have to pay for my lunch. My 2 friends had to pay for their lunch. They were German. But yeah, that's another story. But yeah, I'll leave that with you for now. What else can I say? Yeah, go onto the Facebook page, go onto the Indiegogo page, like the Facebook page, spread it, link it to your pages. They've got 4 days to go for this campaign on Indiegogo. So let's boost the pounds. Let's get that number up. Like I said, at the moment it stands at loading. Sorry, my computer is slow. Okay, yeah, at the moment they're not really trying to reach the maximum. That was just put in there obviously for the page where it's set up. It must have like a final amount. It's 4 days left. The final amount that they put in was £265,000, and so far they've only reached 5% of that, which is £13,359. So if we can boost that even by a couple of hundred, it'll be a good job, because they can take 5 quid and make it last, you know, and get 25 quid's worth of value out of it. 13,659 by 418 backers. So there you go. Alright guys, I'll just click play and on this video.
we got out on that road that runs between the two bridges, we could hear the bugles until we went straight to what became, of course, known as the Pegasus Bridge.
The untold story of British paratrooper Sidney Cornell is a really fascinating one to tell. He was one of the first black paratroopers ever to serve in the British Army, and he served with the 6th Airborne Division in Normandy and beyond, including Operation Varsity, jump over the Rhine into Germany.
I met the Cornell family, 3 generations of the Cornell family, recently in Portsmouth. What a lovely family they are. They filled in the blanks about Sydney's life to us as we went down there as a production team.
I'm enthusiastic about this.
Are we live to America now?
We are live to America.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's a really important project that should be done. Telling the story of this man, one of the first black men to fight in the war.
Hi guys, excuse my dishevelled appearance, but I'm in the middle of filming Jamestown Series 3. Now, this is a film I really want you all to get behind. I'm really committed to it. Lance is a great director, and if I were you, I'd get involved.
I would like to give my total support to this project. The paratrooper story has never really been told, and they did so much during the war. And if anyone can give us any support they can, I just want to be one of them alongside them. Thank you.
Paratrooper, the TV series, is the opportunity to tell a number of really unique stories of different real-life heroes connected to airborne forces in World War II. Not just stories of British airborne soldiers, although they are included, but also stories of the Canadians and the Polish and other Commonwealth forces. We also have a story from the German perspective in one episode, and also many stories and many characters that cover the civilian perspective of war and the people who were directly affected by the combat operations that took place around airborne forces.
Our last project is currently in development, but our core production team from that project, several of us, we're working together on this new production of Paratrooper.
We have 3 levels of goals for finance of this film, and we know they are ambitious, but that's why we've broken them down in this way. At the top level of our target, we'll be able to shoot everything. All the scenes for the pilot, pay all the cast and crew, have fantastic catering, which is probably the most important thing of all, and we'll be able to complete all that filming this year in 2018. Our second level of funding will enable us to do 2 main blocks of filming and get us about 80% of the pilot in the can. Our smallest tier level of funding will enable us to shoot a promotional trailer for the pilot, as well as several key scenes that we won't have to go back and film later. All 3 of these things will enable us to seek further funding, but obviously our main objective is the top goal.
It's one of those scripts where, as much as it follows a central character, all of the other characters around Cornell are just as part of the story as he is.
Representation is a massive thing, so people like me can see themselves on the screen and see what we've done in history. If I'm reading a script and I get the whole way through it within a couple of hours, I know that it's a project that I want to be a part of.
Today I felt as if I was on the battlefield, hearing the soldiers as they fought.
Really intense and action-packed.
Because it tells a really good story, and I think it needs to get out. I think people need to hear what happened.
There's a lot of World War II films, but there isn't one that's quite like this particular story, I think.
When you get to the nuts and bolts of it, all that matters is how good you are at your job and what kind of man you are or woman you are. So it's really gratifying to see that come out through the script so strongly.
I met Lance a few months ago. He saw me in a theatre production, and I'm really glad we've stayed in touch. He's always got projects under his belt, and this one sounds like it's really going to go far, so I hope we can raise the funding, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
One of the refreshing things about this read-through we've done today is just a fantastic sparseness of the dialogue. There's nothing in there that it doesn't need to be in there, and the pace is fantastic, the characters are very clear, and it's one of the most exciting projects I think that's around at the moment.
Politically, with the Windrush generation issues, it's a fantastic story that is really relevant.
It's going to break people at the end. It's so emotional. If I was
if I was an audience member, I'd want to watch on, which is really good. It's a special pleasure for me to be involved in this project as the original Oxen Bucks Light Infantry involved in Operation Dead Stick, then eventually became the Royal Green Jackets, which eventually became the Rifles, which is my current Army Reserve unit.
This is going to be a great new series, so it's something I'm really excited about because I'm going to be involved with it when it turns into a series as one of the series directors. So this is the kind of thing that it really has helped my career. I know it's going to be great for these guys, and you're going to get a great TV series out of it. So jump on board, give these guys a pledge, and you definitely won't regret it.
Field Marshal the Viscount Montgomery of Alamein referred to paratroopers as, "What manner of men are these who wear the maroon beret?" This film is an opportunity to find out.
Lance is very passionate about this subject matter, and this has the potential to be a great pilot episode, with your help.
Lance is a very ambitious, passionate character that cares very much about the things that he does, and I know he's going to give this production of his over 100%, and he's going to do the absolute best job. So I'm going to support him, and I'm really looking forward to being involved in it myself. But all I'd say to you is, please support the guy. He's one of the good guys. He's hopefully going to have a great future in the British film industry.
What we're trying to do is bring Sydney's story to life, and with your help, we can do this.
These are stories that are quickly being forgotten, and the sacrifices of these men who gave absolutely everything, in some cases the ultimate sacrifice, so that myself, you, everybody else can enjoy the freedoms that they have today, will never be forgotten.
So this is Jason Fleming officially saying, get behind this project.